Welcome to Riverwell, Holler. I'm Miss Lori, and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook, and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. So I know y'all been wondering where we have been. And you're fixing to find out. We have been on a little bit of a trip. And can y'all guess where? We went to Texas. We went back to my roots and we stayed in a lake house. And this is the lake house we stayed in. It was so nice. It was right on the lake. You could just walk down to the back, right down to the lake, to the dock, and get in the boat and go fishing. You can see here, there's Mama Julie. She's helping me get stuff put up in the kitchen. It's got a good sized kitchen. It just is so comfortable here. I just love it. It's good size, so we can get several people in here to feed them and be comfortable. Yes, Mama Julie made us a homemade coconut cake. And it's got an upstairs. There's 3 bedrooms and a bath upstairs. It sleeps, you can sleep upstairs 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 6 people upstairs. You had to. And here's the living room. Good size. It's just so comfortable. All of us just feel so comfortable here at this lake house. It's just wonderful here on Lake Fork.
Yeah, they're up there on that.
And as you can see, there's the lake down there. Now, going downhill ain't too bad, but when you're coming up that hill, you're getting a pretty good exercise. And you can see the dock down there. That's where Danny's fishing buddy, and where Danny will dock the boat down there, and that's where they'll go fishing from. Jump on that boat and take off on Lake Fork. I like the wood stove over there, but we ain't gonna need it this trip. And this is mine and Danny's room. Very comfortable. It's got a TV and a rocker glider, and it's got a full-size bed, and it's very comfortable. A dresser. Very clean, very neat. We got our own bathroom in here. Good sized bathroom. It's got a walk-in closet too there in the corner. A double sink. Good sized bathtub. Just what you need to be comfortable in and to stay a few days. So we're really happy with it. So we're going to be here for a few days. If y'all don't care, I'd like for y'all to take a little time with me and say a prayer for my family. While me and Danny were in Texas, we lost our cousin Randy. He passed away. It was so sudden and such a shock. He was such a kind person. He made you laugh, and he could play a mean bass guitar. We love you, Randy. Such a beautiful, peaceful place. It was hot, but we had a good breeze. So even with all this relaxation and enjoying ourselves, me and Mama Julie still had to do some cooking. So we're going to make some barbecue chicken, and she's going to make some potato salad. I'm going to make some cowboy beans, and this is just my version of cowboy beans. And I've got a yellow bell pepper here, and we're just going to chop one up. And you can put any kind of bell pepper in there you want to. Mama Julie's making the potato salad. It's a big old bowl of potato salad too, and she's putting onions and celery and pickle relish and boiled eggs, salt and pepper, mustard, mayonnaise. It's gonna be good. Okay, I got some smoked sausage. I like putting smoked sausage in my cowboy beans. And it just depends on how much you're making. I've got 2 packages here, and this is just you can use a spicy or just a mild smoked sausage. This one's just a regular mild smoked sausage. You can use some brats if you wanted to. If you just want to use just plain old crumbled up sausage, you can do that too. But I had some leftover hamburger meat, probably about half a pound that was left over from cooking some hamburger patties. And I browned that up, and I'm going to put that in my cowboy beans too. And I've got it browned up, and I've got it over there draining the grease off a little bit. Now I'm just going to cut up some of that smoked sausage, and then we're going to saute these yellow bell peppers. I just got a little bit of oil in there with them. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to watch Mama Julie stir up this huge bowl of some of the best tater salad. It's going to be so good. I may have to help her stir that though. There ain't nothing any better when you're having a barbecue than a big old bowl of homemade tater salad. And that's quite a bit there. We may have to taste it and see if it tastes any good. Nothing special in this, just your plain old-fashioned potato salad. It tastes good. And she did cut up some onions to put in it too. I forgot about that. And she's cutting up some onions to put in my my cowboy beans too. You can call them baked beans. You can call them cowboy beans. Call them what you want, but they're going to be good and hearty. Pan of beans.
She lived in Leonard.
But she's cutting up quite a few onions for me. I also browned up probably about a half a pound of bacon and crumbled it up. That's going to go in my cowboy beans.
Corn was several mules till he was in his 70s.
So, what usually were they go just from crop to crop, and they would live in the sharecroppers' house?
But they lived in that same place for I think 26 years, so he must have done pretty good for the sharecropper, you know.
Yeah.
My mother was born there in that house, and I was born there, and Billy Donald was born there, and I think Jack Speed and Delphine, Uncle Butch's kids. So they were there for quite a while.
What kind of crops was it usually?
Cotton and corn.
Cotton and corn.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you had a lot of what we would call it there. They call it hog corn, but it's not. It's your field corn.
Yeah, they grew field corn.
And that's what you would eat back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't get picky about your corn. You just ate what was.
And even now, Barry would rather have yellow dent corn than he had sweet corn.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite corns is the Silver Queen. I think because to me it tastes like the old-fashioned
Yeah, it's good.
corn. But a lot of people like their corn so sweet, and they like stuff like peaches and cream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I know I've heard people say, you know, they didn't have them different corns.
No, It was field corn. They grew it, and then while it was still roasting ears, they ate it, and even Mama canned it back in the day, I guess. I mean, I don't remember if they made hominy. I remember them making.
Okay, we're going to use all this bacon grease that I had left over. And we are going to saute our onions in there. And that was a pretty good sized onion. It was a large onion. We're going to put it in that bacon grease and saute it till it's soft and tender and a little bit translucent. Sometimes it's hard to get your onions good and cooked when you're baking them in the oven. So I like to saute them first.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Now, we are going to put all this together, and I'm cheating a little bit because I'm using 2 large cans of Bush's traditional baked beans. So this is kind of a semi-homemade Cowboy bean, but I'm telling you, they are really good. And because I'm using the 2 cans of Bush's baked beans, I'm not going to have to add any brown sugar or mustard or anything like that to it. So, because it's already in there. And I like the original. Now, you may like a different Bush's brand or kind of baked bean. They got different kinds, but this is kind I like. And I like adding all this, the peppers and the onions and all that good stuff to it. And it just makes a wonderful, wonderful pan of beans. And I've got some of my favorite barbecue sauce here. I've got some Sweet Baby Ray's. I think it's hickory and brown sugar, I believe. And I'm going to put about half a cup or so. And we're just going to stir this up good. But I like to taste it as I go too, in case it needs just a little bit more barbecue sauce. So we're just going to get this stirred up, and I've got my oven turned to 350 degrees. It's preheating. We're going to add our sauteed onions to this. And if I was just really, really, really just being awful, I'd pour the rest of this bacon grease in here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be good. But you know, it'd really make that taste good. So let's just get our onions in there. And I've got my yellow bell peppers that I sauteed. And then I've got my cut up smoked sausage that I heated up in the skillet for just a little bit, just to kind of brown them up just a little. And y'all can look at my pan and you can see that it is Lori lipping full, as usual. But we're going to make it work. And I think this is a 9 by 13. If it's a little bit bigger, I don't really know. It was a dish that was here for us to use at the lake house. I'm not sure what size it is. To me, it looks a little bit bigger than a 9 by 13. Just make sure you have a big enough pan. And stir it up good. Now, is this not going to be a hearty, good pan of Cowboy beans? I like doing this outside in a Dutch oven over a fire. Now, what we're going to do, before I put my bacon on there though, I think I'm going to put just a little bit more barbecue sauce, and then I'm going to taste it. But I've also got this hamburger meat that I had left over. I told y'all that I cooked up to put in the Cowboy beans because I just didn't want to waste my hamburger meat. And it's just one more thing to put in there, just stretch it, and just be really good. You could eat this dish by itself. Make you a pan of cornbread or something. You talk about good. But like I said, we're going to be barbecuing chicken. Now, this is not a video on barbecue chicken. It's going to be hard for me to do that because I'm just going to be so busy. But you know, it's pretty much that I season my chicken. I cut my chicken up and I season it And I'm going to put just a little bit more barbecue sauce in here too. But I season my chicken up good and put it in the oven. And I bake my chicken for about an hour. And I get it pretty much done and then tender and juicy. And then we fire up the grill. And we put it out on the grill. And we grill it just long enough to get that good grilled charred taste. And then we smear it with barbecue sauce. And then just grill it just a little bit longer. But I don't like my barbecue sauce to be burnt or anything. So anyways, that's how we do our barbecue chicken. And there we go. Don't that look good? It's going to be so good and so hearty and just yummy. You eat this with some of that homemade tater salad. And we're making a homemade pasta salad too. You talk about some good eating. I'm going to taste this, see if it's any good. And it is good. It's larpin', like we always say. Good to go. And we're going to put it, first I'm going to put my bacon. Now some people put raw bacon on top of their baked beans or their cowboy beans and then put them in the oven. I like to cook my bacon first. And I like to get it crispy and then put it on top. And you can even just go ahead and stir it in too, but I just like to sprinkle it on top and just kind of leave it. So, there we go. That is a big, heavy dish of cowboy beans. It's going to be good, y'all. 350 oven, 1 hour. And we'll check them. You know, sometimes you just don't know how important family is. We take it for granted. I'm telling you, as I sit here around these beautiful people that I love so much, sitting here, eating together, talking, discussing life. We got a little boy underneath the table. That's what we're looking at. He's such a doll. And baby Will. And we love everybody here. And there's Miss Debbie. She come to see us. You know, being out here during the week on the lake, there's not a lot of people here, and it's just so quiet, so peaceful. It's really nice. Every once in a while we see a pretty big fish jump. Lake Fork it's a really nice lake. Really big. Lots of big bass. Let's see what the guys are up to, though. Do y'all think I'm really surprised? Sure. And our chair. We didn't bring our chair. I hope y'all catch something.
We'll try to catch one that
Yeah, that's the fisherman's, yeah. Fisherman's lie, yeah. That ain't what he says. Yeah, I'm so happy for Mr. Brown and Rocky. They went out there and mined to catch a big bass. And that's exactly what they did. You can tell by the smile on their faces, and I'm so proud for them. Good job. We got to visit with my sister Stephanie. She doesn't know how much we love her. Miss Debbie, Mama Julie. So if you're ever in Texas, or think you just might be passing through, you need to go and check out Lake Fork. It's a beautiful, peaceful place. It gave us the peace that we needed in the time of sorrow that we had. But you know, God tells us that we'll go through trials and tribulations. But we also know that there's a better place in heaven for us all. So in that sadness, that's what we think about, the better place. God bless everybody.